So, good morning. Eric Booker here, Director of All United for Honduras. I am on the tribal lands of San Francisco Locomapa in the community of San Francisco Aldea. I'm here with Christian Medina, who is a member of the tribal council, and we have some lumber coming out. So this was an issue that we had. Let me pause this and let the truck stop, and then I'll continue the video. So this is Christian Medina. He is he's a secretary for the tribal council. All of his lumber is legal. I have a copy of the paperwork as well as they do, and I'm going to show you their process here. Let me pause this. So what the tribal council is doing is they've entered a contract with the state of Honduras, and there's a bunch of pine trees that fell during the hurricane, and so instead of letting them rot, they've got their permissions from the state of Honduras and the municipality of Yoro to go up and recover those trees that have fallen, and they've taken some trees down as whole trees, and now they're on phase 2 of the project where they're actually bringing out square lumber. So we're going to show you the process. They've got some paperwork here, and so Christian is in charge of checking the lumber, make sure it's correct, make sure the driver has what he needs, and filling out the necessary documents so that the truck can make it to the mill without any issues. So there's an American NGO saying that this lumber is illegal, but you can see here, this is the paperwork from Honduras. There's the number of the document. Here's all the seals at the bottom and the signatures, and where we're located, San Francisco Locomapa here. There's all the numbers, the codes, and so what Christian is going to do is he's going to fill this out with. They have to put the species of trees, the size, how many pieces, and the volume, and so that's what Christian's going to do now. He's going to go verify this lumber, and he's going to put all this information on this document so he can get to the mill. And these are all the gentlemen here, members of the tribe, that are up there cutting this lumber to get it down. And so this lumber is being used. Part of it is being sold for cash, and the money is being used to actually do social projects in the tribe. So it's actually the tribe helping themselves. Some other lumber is going to be cut into dimensional lumber, as we call it, 2x4s, 4x8s, and that lumber is going to be given to families that need to improve their homes or build new homes. We've also entered an agreement between myself and my NGO, Christian Medina, Mr. Beto, the president of the council, where they're going to actually donate lumber to my organization for any project that I have here in the tribal lands. So if we need to build a school or a house, and I need any kind of lumber for rafters or walls, all I have to do is give a list to Christian and Beto, and they'll give me all the lumber I need for the project.
26, 10, 180, 20, 48, 40, 84, 216, 48, 96, 22, 26, 20, 40.
So everything is done very correctly, very professionally. This gentleman here is the one that's in charge of actually being in the field and cutting the trees and making sure everything is correct. And so in his notebook, he has noted every single piece of lumber that they've taken out. And so Christian is verifying that, making sure that they're within limit, and they've taken what they're supposed to take. And then he's going to transfer that information to the legal document for the driver. The driver has to have a document to transport the lumber in Honduras. It's a little different than the States. We can't just go cut trees and transport them where we want. Any lumber on the public road has to have a document, and so that's what they're doing now, is preparing this document for the driver. So, speaking with a couple of members, I'm over here because I'm trying to let them do their paperwork in peace. All of this lumber that you see it looks like it's dimensional, but it's not really dimensional. It's all different sizes, but it's square cut. It's all square cut. So, talking to the members here that were working on this, they're explaining to me that with the money that they're making from this, they're actually creating employment, and so they have roughly 12 men over here that have come down with the lumber, and they're taking all this lumber out by hand. I'm not sure what the correct word in English is for that, but by hand. So there's no tractors, there's no skidders, there's no loaders, nothing like this. They go in, they find the trees that are falling on the ground, that are already on the ground, and they peel them with chainsaws, and actually cut the lumber this size with chainsaws. Once it's cut, then they bring this out on their shoulder. So to show you how long it is, it's pretty long. These back here are about 10 feet long, at least. And then here in the front, they've got a big, look at this one. This one's pretty thick right here. This is about 10 inches wide. It's pretty long too. It's about 9 feet. And so they're bringing this stuff out on their shoulder. So they cut it with a chainsaw, and they load this up piece by piece on their shoulders, and they bring it out and they load it on this truck, and you can see how high it's loaded, and they do all this by hand. So it has a very low environmental impact. There are no skidders, no tractors, no oil leaks and gas leaks and all that stuff that you have when you have a big operation like we do in Texas with our pine trees. And this is what this is pine tree that have fallen during the storm. So the tribal council here is on point, like we say in the military, and they're not wasting time. This is something that they've been working on since January this year. Of course, they've had some conflict with this Honduran group of terrorists that are operating here in the tribal lands today. And that's why I came up today. Christian invited me up today, told me that they were bringing out this lumber. He invited me to come look at the paperwork, take pictures of the paperwork if I like to, take pictures and video of the lumber if I wanted to, and interview the people. They don't have nothing to hide. Everything is legal, and everything is done right. And so when we finish here, I'm going to escort this truck out, because here May 10th, they brought some lumber out, and they had basically a war. Some individuals with this group, Movimiento Amplio por Dignidad y Justicia, tried to kill Christian Medina. They were there with firearms, with pistols, and tried to kill Christian Medina with the pistol. Thankfully, they weren't successful. And this group, the Ample Movement for Justice is what they're called in English, they're saying that all this is illegal. All this lumber project is illegal, but I have a copy of the paperwork. You guys just saw the copy of the transportation documents that are filled out, and so there's nothing illegal. We're in the middle of a community, in the middle of the day. There's a public school over here, so not trying to hide anything. We're not bringing it out in the middle of the night, nothing like that. So I just wanted to shoot this video to help rebuild the credit of the Tolupan Indians, and I personally find it highly offensive, not only to me, but to the Honduran people, when American NGOs like Witness for Peace, Solidarity Collective from Minnesota operate with Honduran NGOs who are operating like terrorists, with firearms, threatening these members, and actually in some cases trying to kill some of the members of the tribe here, when all they're trying to do is better their life. And so we're trying to work with them to try to rebuild their credibility. They're super transparent in everything they do. They call me into meetings and different projects they have going that have nothing to do with me and my NGO, but they just want me there as an observer to take pictures and videotape. So I'm going to end that there. before I make this too long. And we're going to finish up this paperwork, then I'm going to escort them out. And I don't think we're going to have a problem since I'm going to be escorting them out. But last time they were escorted out, they were attacked by rocks, Molotov cocktails, fire bombs basically, and firearms. And so I'm going to escort them out this time, and I don't think we're going to have any issue with me coming out with the truck. So just wanted to show that. Again, we're in San Francisco Locomapa, tribal lands of the Tolupan Indians in Yoro, Honduras.